What's up, everybody? Yes, I am back. I'm a little tired, and before I go on to anything, I need to give a shout out to all of my channel members, my subscribers, my followers, the trollos, and them funny bunnies, because you guys have been keeping it respectful, man. And that's what I'm talking about right there, because you guys are well aware of what I'm going through right now with my wife being in the hospital, going through her recovery, and me still right here putting up material for you guys to view and to leave your comments and chop it up, man. Once again, man, I really appreciate every last one of you guys. And before I do go and move on to anything else, I got to give a shout out to the homie. I wish I would have asked your permission, my boy, but I'll give a shout out to your barrio. The homie, when I was leaving the hospital, he recognized me from Cantaranas, the Singing Frogs. If you guys know, you know. I did some time with some good homies from that barrio, as of a lot of other barrios, man. Behind them walls is a whole different get down. At least back in the day when I was doing time, you know. You mingle with everybody that's going through that same struggle, because once we land ourselves behind them walls, it's a whole different get down from what we live by in the calles, you know. And yes, it's known to happen where you'll become taitas with individuals that would be considered your worst enemies in the calles. But anyways, before I go and get on to that, man, tomorrow I'm going to elaborate on Mr. Renegade Media. Old boy tucked out the side of his neck, was selling, not even selling wolf tickets, but pretty much low key, how should I put this, trying to degrade my neighborhood. He doesn't have the slightest idea what he was speaking on. Okay, this fucking poo butt, you know, I understand his content, but with this video here, it just shed a whole lot of light on this character. What a fucking fake and fraud he is. And the reason I say this now, because I've never came at this individual in the past. I know he's no good, and I know he's dropped out of more than one organization. But he actually ruffled some feathers with me, because this fucking poo butt pretty much not knowing, low key, well, if he knew, he would be defecating on my barrio. But it's obvious this cat hasn't the slightest idea, and more than likely he's going by information that he's gathered from either potential enemies of my barrio, or just someone from the other side of that yard trying to make my barrio look bad. But anyways, people, that's going to be tomorrow's topic, man. Because like I said, it ruffled some feathers, and I'm sure it ruffled a lot of other gentes feathers from my neighborhood. And the reason I caught wind of this video here is because my homeboy from my barrio, Mr. Sharpest Art Entertainment, he elaborated a little bit on it. So I figured I would give my 2 cents as well. But I'm going to do it tomorrow. Because for those of you that know, you guys already know, man, I just got back from the hospital with my wife, with my ride or die. But once again, I need to remind you guys, this is a fitness channel, and yes, I understand I haven't really been elaborating too much on fitness tips and all that stuff. Is because I've been going through a lot, and what I have been emphasizing on is overall health and well-being, man. How important it is to start taking care of yourself. You know, live better today. That way you can stay around longer for your family, for future events that would be coming up. You know, that way you could be witness to watching your daughter or your son have their first child, watching your grandchildren take their first steps, or whatever it may be in life. Accomplishments, goals that your folks have conquered, and you know, just everything else that goes with life, man. But anyways, if you guys want to get started on your fitness journey, you guys already know what time it is. You could shoot me a DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com. You could actually go check out my my Instagram. It's high-powered-fitness, high_power_fitness_. I have over 2 years of material there. I actually have testimonials from team members, testimonials from civilians. I have tips on how to get started in your nutrition, because with anything that comes out of exercising, physical fitness, and the results that you're chasing after is going to be through nutrition. It starts in your kitchen, and it'll be anywhere from 80 to 90% of your results coming through nutrition. As far as myself, I would say mine is 90%, because I don't hit the weights like everybody else. I go in very light and consistent, and I'm professional about the way I do it. You know what I mean? I'm into proper form, time under tension, and doing everything correctly. And when I work on a part of my body, I focus on that muscle in itself. I don't involve other muscles. I don't swing the weight. I don't jerk and lean and do this and try to cheat, because all you do is just cheat yourself, you know. So anyways, once again, people, remember to hit that like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all. Let's get this channel up to 10,000 subscribers. And like I've said in the past, and I'm going to tell you guys today, once I reach that 10,000 mark, I will start doing lives and interacting with everybody. On my yard, there won't be no discrimination. All is welcome. You know, I'm colorblind when it comes to life. And trust and believe, I haven't always been like that. But I've matured throughout the years, and the stuff that I've seen through my eyes has made me change a lot for the better. You know what I mean? To become that that productive citizen. And now I reach out to people and try to help them change their lives. You know what I mean? I help them cope with struggles that they're dealing with, and help them get through them. You know what I mean? Because trust and believe, man, my road of recovery, it wasn't easy, because I didn't really have nobody to guide me. You know, I've sacrificed so much, I've lost so much going through it to figure it out, and now I've got it figured out, and I've mastered it, and how to break these limited beliefs and become that best version of yourself. You know, it's a great feeling knowing that I could walk up and down the street or drive anywhere and not have to look over my shoulder. You know what I mean? Because I know everything that I'm doing now is on point. You know, I'm not there to reminisce or live my old life, because with that life, it was a life that I chose. You know, I don't regret it. You know, I got a gang of good homeboys, and I love my homeboys to death. You know what I mean? That's a must. You know what I mean? But I've changed. You know what I mean? So I'm just trying to give an opportunity for anyone and anybody and everybody that's seeking change. You know what I mean? I could guide you through a lot of your ups and downs, man. Because like I said, I've been through, you know, rock bottom and everything. You know. Well, anyways, people, like I said, tomorrow I'm gonna touch on that fucking Mr. Renegade Media, because he did ruffle some feathers with me. You know what I mean? But I'm just gonna address this cat in a simple way, because I shouldn't really be applying too much energy to that, and I'm mainly doing it because I'm representing my neighborhood. You know what I mean? Because the way he tried to portray us was so incorrect and wrong. You know what I mean? And anyone that's familiar with my barrio, you guys already know. We don't get down like that. And the only ones that are going to co-sign that individual's shit are the people that hate on us. And trust and believe, we're hated by many. You know what I mean? We really are. You know, if you know the history of my neighborhood, we really are. But yeah, like I said, man, this video ain't gonna be all about a story and too much health and fitness, other than if you want to get started on your fitness journey, shoot me that DM or email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com, man. Just make sure you leave me a message, something mentioning about nutrition or fitness, and I'll get you started on becoming that best version of yourself, man. You could email me at highpowerfitness@yahoo.com, or you could send me a message through my Instagram, highpowerfitness, high_power_fitness_. You can't talk about it, people. You got to be about it. And from experience, it's time to invest in yourself, man. Stop putting your health on the side and on the back burner, because the end result is what's going through my wife right now. You know what I mean? What's happening with her? Her physical well-being has caught up to her, and it's that time to correct it. You know what I mean? And once again, man, I'm still thinking about that Renegade Media dude. He's I'm telling you now, man, that cat hasn't the slightest idea about my neighborhood or whoever gave him that information. That shit just like it burns me up, you know. And in all reality, him speaking on any audio from down south, you know, he hasn't the slightest idea. I could never contest of what he speaks on, what went on with the homies up north, because I'm not from up north. I could only probably elaborate a little bit on what I've experienced doing time with the homies from up north, you know what I mean? And now, yes, I say homies because that's our gente, you know what I mean? Back in the day, it was a different deal, and you know, I lived under a certain lifestyle. But anyways, people, I'm gonna bring this video to an end because I'm starting to get angry, and you won't like the way I look when I get angry. If you guys are familiar with what I'm talking about, if you guys are from my time, you know exactly what I'm talking about. Who said that? David Banner, baby. Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. And what happens with him? Come on, people. Think about it. You guys don't know that movie? If you from my time, you know that. And as a matter of fact, they made a couple other movies about it. He was, I guess, one of them superheroes. Come on. Think about it. That shit gets me angry, man. What am I turning into? I'm telling you. You don't push my buttons, Mr. Renegade Media. You made me angry. Can you see it coming? Do you see it? Do you pick up what I'm putting down? Yes, this cat is rambling on. And the reason is because I'm letting my anger get the best of me. Why? Because I turn into something. The Incredible Hulk, baby. See me turning green? I'm telling you. Don't make me angry. You won't like me when I'm angry. So, I think it's safe to shake the spot before I convert totally into the Hulk. If you know, you know. Now, with that being said, let's get this channel up to 10,000 subscribers, people. Hit the like and subscribe button. Put your notification bell on all. Share this channel. And let's get the YouTube yarda going. Now, with that being said, start focusing on your health, people. It's important because you just never know when that chronic problem will come knocking at your door. Now, with that being said, get up and get yours, people. It's a late night. I'm tired. Time to go hit the shower, get me something to eat, and go to sleep. Because if I stay here any longer, I will be turning into the Hulk. I'll be turning, that same color is my boy that got my back. My boy right there in the back, the lizard, the gecko, whatever you want to call it. Enough talking, man. Look, I'm already turning green, man. Get up and get yours, people. You know OG got to get his motherfucking clown on. That's what I do. I'm the Rambler, whatever you want to call it. Just don't call me late for dinner, baby. You already know. Let's do this, people.